Welcome to the JRPG Pursuit, a podcast for all things JRPGs, from the games we play to the games we collect and everything in between. My name is Abdallah.
I'm Emily.
And I'm Branden.
And today we've got a fun and amazing episode. And plus, it's our first episode of Trails Month. Trails Month.
Trails.
Exactly. So we're hyped and we're ready to talk about it. And to commemorate our first episode in this, Trails Month, we brought along an amazing guest who will also sit down and lose their mind over Trails with us, because we can't just do it alone. I mean, everybody's already heard us talk about it over and over again. So
got to bring in some fresh blood to hear more people gush about Trails. Naturally.
Exactly. So today we brought on Mags. So I'd like to introduce everyone to Mags. She is amazing. You might know her from things like she's a writer for Nintendo Force magazine. If you don't follow that, go follow that, because we need to support print media as much as possible.
Yes.
And she's also newly minted a co-host of the Level Up Legacy podcast. So take it away, Mags. Anything else you want to say?
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for the introduction. You really kind of stole everything that I was going to say, but my name is Mags, known as Avenger Mags on Twitter and Bluesky. You can find me there talking about Trails mostly. You might get tired of it, but I'm not going to stop. Sorry. Also, I do write for Nintendo Force magazine. It's an amazing magazine. It covers all things Nintendo, and it's a print physical magazine that also comes with free reversible posters. So you should definitely check it out. And then also, I'm a co-host on Level Up Legacy, which is an amazing podcast where we talk about JRPGs. So excited to be on there permanently now, and so thankful. So guys, I'm happy to be here. I'm ready to talk about Trails. So let's get into it.
I know. And the best thing to talk about is because recently something dropped. And I know Emily did some streams about it, and we've all talked about it. And I think Branden did a video on it as well.
I did.
But the Trails in the Sky first chapter remake demo dropped not too long ago. And we've all played it. We've all experienced it. And now let's talk about it. So who wants to go first on that? I'm going to go with Mags. I don't know.
I think we should offer the
guest first.
The guest first. Yeah.
Guest first.
I'm happy to go first. Why not? So I've been playing the demo since it dropped Thursday night. I think it dropped at 10:30 at night. And I was like, forget it. Whatever else I'm doing doesn't matter. Does not matter.
Exactly.
Gonna stay up. I stayed up until 2 playing it. Didn't have any regrets the next morning. It was great. So it's been so good, though. I think that it retains the charm of the original, but it still goes above and beyond at making it a much more user-friendly and modern experience. And I think adding the VO and obviously putting it in more of a 3D engine, it's just so good. I knew it was going to be good, and it still surprised me. I think especially the voiceover has made a big difference. That might be my favorite addition so far, because Estelle is just so funny. And I know playing the original, you can tell because you can read it, and she's great. She's got a great personality, but just hearing her voice and saying all these crazy lines, just makes me laugh so much. She's amazing. But it's just
Did you play the PSP or the PC version originally?
PC. I actually got a gaming PC for that game, which is kind of crazy because I know probably most PCs can run it. But I was like, for sure. That's what I was thinking too. Yeah. So I played it. I played all 3 of them on PC because I was like, I gotta play Trails in the Sky. I finished Cold Steel. I played those first. Sorry, that might be blasphemy to some. I don't think so. But yeah, it was.
You're safe here. Don't worry.
Yeah. I know there's a lot of opinions about that. And honestly, when anyone asks, I'm like, just start with a first game in an arc. You'll be fine. Just enjoy it.
To see if you want to, continue. Because otherwise, if you start with the first one that you're less enthusiastic about it, maybe you won't, capture the love that you might fall into eventually.
And that's exactly what I did too. I started with Cold Steel. And I did 1 and 2, and then I realized I'm like, I need to go back. And so I stopped, and I was like, I'm going to go back and play, the whole Sky trilogy and come back in.
My order was so all over the place. I was Sky 1 and 2, and then Cold Steel 1 and 2, and then what did I do after that? Then Sky the Third, then Zero, then Azure. Then I got
with
back
the
on
bad
track.
translations too, right?
With the awful translations. So I did it before Geofront, before Geofront's translation, before the official. So it was rough. I barely understood what was going on, but I, powered through. I was like, I'm doing this. This is happening. But also, I just want to say, I don't think you're too crazy for the PC thing, because I did buy a Steam Deck solely to play the Sky trilogy, and that was for like my 6th replay of them. Like, so it wasn't like they were new to me.
Right.
They were like,
yeah. I bought a PS Vita, a modded one, so I could play it too. The EVA versions that had the Japanese, voice acting and stuff.
Oh, I know. So, I wish I could have played those versions. Yeah, I bet those were amazing.
They're nice. I do hear, though, you could get the Evo patch on the PC version. So if you wanted the, Japanese voice acting, some of the other quality of life things, it's a way to go. And then, they reworked the soundtrack, too, for the Evo version, which is really cool, actually, that they incorporated that in the Sky remake. It's the customized background music as the Evo soundtrack, which I thought was cool.
I do appreciate the different versions of the soundtrack in the background. They all sound really nice.
Yes.
I was playing around with
music. Just sounds nice.
I mean, Falcon music is just they know music. They know it.
Yeah, they're so good.
I will fully admit, I did not realize that you could change the background music. I didn't even look.
You didn't?
I was just
it's hidden in the control menu.
Is it?
I had to tweak it a little bit when I played the demo. Like, I had to turn on toggle run because I was annoyed to keep putting that tapping it to run, and then also the toggling on, because I was working on with an Xbox controller on PC. I didn't have a way to do auto advanced text, so I had to go through the menu to do that, because I think on the PlayStation controller you had to tap it.
It's like the touchpad button or something. Turns on auto.
So it's kind of a weird spot for it, honestly. So
it usually, compared to the other games, for sure.
Because
usually it was like triangle or something. I remember using.
Yeah, I do feel like the controls in this are a little bit weird. Like, I think going back to like Daybreak from this is going to be quite difficult, because the buttons aren't the same.
Yes.
So
I went in and switched right away. Immediately, I was like, circle to attack. No, thank you. Not in this house. Not in my household. So I switched circle and X to give me that.
I probably should have
experience.
remapped mine. Yeah,
I should have.
I've relearned it
now
since.
I'm used to it. Yeah, so now I'm worried if I change it, I'll just have to go through the struggle again. So it's too late.
Yeah,
it's fun.
And I had to also relearn, like, when you select what move, you have to select the enemy first, because before you select the move, then the enemy. So I kept attacking when I didn't need to. Like, no.
Yeah,
that
did trip me up a couple times.
Yeah,
I do think that locking on sometimes is a little wonky.
Yeah.
That aspect, I kept it kept not locking onto the one I wanted, or I just like not lock on, even though I'm pressing the lock on button to like lock on something, and it would just not do it, or it wouldn't like show that you're locked onto them. But you're
what kind of controller were you using?
I didn't use the lock on that much.
I was on the PS5. I was using the PS5. So
you're using the DualSense, okay.
Yeah, the PS5, the DualSense. So, but yeah, like it was just the handling of the controls a little different. Whenever I just stop thinking, I go back into my like Daybreak style. So like I hit the wrong buttons and I like mix it up again. So like I probably need to do what Branden did and just remap all of it.
I'm wondering if they had if it's always been circle to attack in Japan.
It usually
is. I know that like the
the
Japanese interpretation of circle and X is very different than that is in America.
When I played the Vita version, it was like that. I had to reverse it. What yes and no were.
We use X just to confirm and circle to cancel. In Japan, it means the exact opposite. Yeah. So
that makes a lot of sense.
It's always been that way.
Yeah. So that's why most like Japanese, like very much Japanese games are going to use circle as like as a command.
That's interesting. Yeah, I wonder if Gung Ho will change that by default when the full version comes out.
I don't know, because
I feel like
now that they released a demo.
Yeah, I feel like
it's
if
kind
they
of
were
like,
going to, they probably would have.
It kind of makes them the odd game out in terms of circle confirm, because it's like
they would have some odd game outs, stuff in the translation, which we could get into later.
Sure.
I don't know if we want to focus on still combat, because there's a lot to dissect with the combat.
Let's keep going with the combat, but we got to get to some of that stuff later on.
Yeah, I do say I love the combat, but it is awkwardly challenging when you don't expect it to. Sometimes
it's like a little tricky. Sometimes,
like I did not expect it for like some battles. I'm just like, what was it when you're trying to protect?
The escort ones were hard.
The escort, keeping them alive. I died because the problem is these the enemies would lock onto these kids so fast, and one of them would get one hit KO, and I'm like, that's not fair, guys. No.
I got one hit KO a couple times too. It's like game over.
Give me a buffer. No. Yeah, I was like, what is happening?
There's you don't have any chance. My first time losing a fight was to one of those with the kids, and they locked on and they were charging up that big, they turn red, and they're going after one of the kids.
The heart attack,
Yeah, so I go up with Joshua and I'm like, y'all about to get canceled. That's what's happening right here. I'm canceling you. No. And so I go to do my dual slash and just complete whiff. And I'm like, well, game over. All right, cool.
100%.
He missed a lot in so bad beginning, so it tracks.
It's
100%.
It's a good.
I'm just a little bit nervous that people's first, introduction to Trails, they're like, oh, it's really hard. Do you have to play easy mode all the time on Trails for a normal experience? So
no, the other games have gotten so much more
reactions
easier.
Are.
Yeah,
because I know a lot of people just went on very easy.
Yeah, and that's fine.
Which is fine.
Yeah.
But it's a little bit different if they then, transition to the other games, which normal is usually fine, I think, for most players.
I think so. And I do think with Trails, usually in the beginning it is a little bit tougher because your party's smaller and you don't have a lot of the good items or equipment or quartz.
Or mid slots built up.
Right. Yeah. So I think it does feel hard right now, but I think it's going to get a little bit easier once you get more of that higher level stuff too.
So,
yes. And when you get more party members, that helps a lot as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So be interesting. I think I've seen just a very positive response for the demo so far. I think a lot of people are loving the hybrid action combat because, especially on streaming, people are like, wait, Trails is action? Not exactly. Look at this. Yeah. It's pretty cool. And they're all pretty amazed. Oh, you could switch between the both of them. This is so much better than Metaphor, which also try to, how to a hybrid experience, but it's not.
Yeah.
It's not quite as good as Trails, for sure. So
no,
it's not. But it is interesting that Atlas
Trails, though.
It is interesting that Atlas kind of stole that wholesale from Daybreak, which people will be like, well, Metaphor was in development for 9 years or whatever. It's like, no, friends.
Please.
No.
I promise you, it was not.
I called that out one time, and people tried to say that, and I'm like, that's just not what happened.
They drew a sketch or something 9 years ago, and they said it started development. That game would have cost them $14 billion to make if they were making it that long.
9 years.
They started in 2021. I would be willing to bet they started in 2021, which coincidentally is when Daybreak came out. So,
hey.
Yeah, and I think if you're going to rip off a mechanic, I think that's a great mechanic to rip off.
I want more games to rip this off because I really like it.
Absolutely, it's my favorite new JRPG.
I really wish Square Enix would learn from this because they tried to do it with, let's say, the Final Fantasy VII remake where they were like, oh, you have this quote unquote turn-based mode that you can turn on that's literally just the easy mode that it just auto plays for you. But I feel like fans of Final Fantasy would love it if they give it the option of hey, you can physically switch into a more turn-based battle system, which Falcom has shown is doable. That you can have your cake and eat it too, in terms of I want action to bring more people in, but I want to give the fans something that they can chew on as well.
I understand why they wouldn't want to do that for the third remake, but if they wanted to do it for Final Fantasy 17,
I'd say 17 would be great.
I'd be open to that for sure. And I think Square Enix needs to have a meeting or exchange of ideas with Falcom.
That would be awesome. Yeah.
That'd be really cool.
Love that.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure they know the Falcom people because they're all they're probably all friends from back in the day.
They've all been around forever, so.
Yes.
I know.
And for sure.
But in terms
the combat is just very strategic and I don't know, man. I'm just
it's a mix of strategy, but fun action if you want to hack away at enemies.
Not having.
I like
to
how the
constantly...
CP also you don't have to worry about it being depleted all the time. It's very easy to recover it. You can roll in grass to get CP, which is great.
And I love rolling grass.
I love that.
Rolling.
Yeah.
Keep rolling.
It's great
rolling.
that they put in elements from Cold Steel. I was not expecting that, but I felt like they took like the link attack system and the burst, and like that is just so much fun. I don't know why. I don't know if that was like really heavily mentioned, but I didn't know until I played the demo that it was going to be there, and I was like, "This is great! I loved that."
They showed some of the clips. And trailers.
There was evidence of it in the trailer, but they hadn't explained what it was. Yeah.
Okay, got it.
But it was that's like a great addition. To bring that all in. And I like how they incorporate that into the like starting battle, like when you start in action mode and stun an enemy, and then you just jump right into that kind of team up attack. And honestly, like it feels a little better to me than just the Daybreak kind of generic, every enemy takes a little bit of damage, which doesn't really amount to
you kind of hack away in Daybreak. It wasn't as satisfying, I think, as how this fourth iteration of the hybrid system they refined.
It's really good. It's like they've learned and they've taken everything from all the everything that worked in all the games, and they've just kind of brought it in.
Made the
for
ultimate
this one. Yeah,
combat.
They're like, let's make Trails in the Sky just epic.
Yeah,
and I'm glad they did it with this game.
Curious if they're going to bring it over for SC or not, or second chapter. I hope they do.
I imagine so.
I would also like some more twists, because like the orbit systems, how they, change over time. Like, I'm curious too, lore wise, like taking the Cold Steel mechanics and a little bit what they did in Daybreak. Like, they haven't really explained that in the lore, other than you can't use magic on the field because you need to, charge up your orbment.
Yeah. I think they're gonna like stay true to kind of like how the Sky games were in general. Like, they're going with the advancement of orbal technology. So like every game kind of like has like a slightly new iteration, but they're not going to be as like complex as Daybreak or whatnot. It's going to be like whatever that like that era of orbment style is from SC.
It's like commitment to like the lore and the world of the game. Like you open up the orbment and it's still got that old line system. It's still using the old line system. It's easier to understand, I would argue.
I'm so happy with that.
I kind of missed it, honestly. I love it.
Yeah.
So it's like, I'm glad that they made it more easily comprehensible, because I've had people like in video comments being like, can you please give me a tutorial on how to do the line system? And I'm like, brother, I don't know either. I'm sorry. You're gonna have to talk to somebody else.
Oh, no. Yeah, you have to play around with them for sure. It's not obvious, but now they make it very obvious, like what arts you get when you order, the different quartz in such a way. It's, I think, so cool to play around and mess around with.
It is for sure.
Oh, yeah.
And what I would always tell people is like, if you don't want to spend the time to learn how that system works in depth, it's actually okay. Like, you can just put whatever orbits you want, and you will be fine. Like, you will, you can definitely get access to much cooler spells and stuff if you like finagle it. But like, you'll be fine. You'll still be able to beat the game and have an enjoyable time if you don't.
Especially with the different difficulty settings. I think it makes it even more.
The only reason you really need to like take advantage of that is if you're doing like nightmare mode. If you're doing nightmare mode, then
you need that bar anyway.
That's a whole different style of playing. And if you're doing it, if you're going that far, then you're probably have like really researched how everything works, and you know how to like
do your builds.
Exactly,
for sure. Know which characters you're supposed to build up.
Exactly.
I respect that. It's not for me, but I respect it. Like,
it's not for me.
It's not for me either.
No, I cannot. I can't. I don't have time for that.
Me neither. There's too many games to play.
I know.
Like, this demo took me 12 hours to play.
I believe it.
Well, you were
still
playing
not
it on
done
Steam
at 8 hours.
I was a prologue.
So
Oh wow. Okay. Yeah, because Emily was like,
I think those 80-hour estimates that Kondo told us, they sound accurate now. I was skeptical at first. I'm like, with high speed mode though, honestly, the high speed mode that they have right now is like unusable. It's too fast, both in combat and also the dialogue. Like, they keep clipping at the end of the voice acting sentences. It's not enjoyable.
Well, sorry, I wasn't sure if you heard. Did you played it all on stream, right, Emily?
I did.
Okay, I was gonna say, because like it took me like 6.5 hours, and I think that probably like at that pace, and I'm trying to remember, like, there's 4
6.5
chapters.
is average if you kind of know what you're doing.
6.5, 7.
Granted, Branden is the king of like finishing a game under like.
I don't understand how
the average.
people are always like, how did you beat that so fast?
Yeah,
like
Sky.
Like even quintet, like even the quartet team,
quartet
like
guys,
they were just shocked. He was like, he's like, he was already super far ahead within 10 hours, and they're just like, they were like baffled by it.
He's very efficient.
I read fast, efficient. I guess. I don't know. I don't
yeah.
I don't know what it is.
And I'm sitting here, I'm like, I'm 90 hours into this game and I feel like there's still so much more left to do.
I'll say this, and I'll confess this on this Trails podcast, which is probably the least safe place for me to do it. I don't really do the NPC stuff.
Okay. This time around, I did the NPC stuff. I think that's why it took me so long.
That makes a big difference.
Add a lot of time.
And I was narrating it too out loud. So
and you were doing,
so like,
so you're, so that's definitely going to add a lot of time. I've just never, on subsequent playthroughs, I might spend a little more time.
You don't have favorite NPCs though? You want to just follow?
Sure, Anton. You know, like they're definitely like our NPCs that,
He's great.
and that's what I mean is like on subsequent playthroughs, I will spend more time on that, like like the side stuff like that.
Yeah.
But like when I'm playing it the first time, I try to play it more like would the character in this situation go and talk to everybody in town, or would she like go and get the job done? Probably more go and get the job done. You know what I mean? So like my first playthrough, I tend to
she
role
didn't
play
want to take her test, so I think she would dilly dally.
I tend to role play it a little more, and then subsequently I'll like have a little more freedom and just roam around and stuff, because I know I'm going to play these games multiple times. I might as well give myself something new to look forward to.
That's understandable. You also are in a different position because you're reviewing the games. You have to pay them kind of briskly.
Too. Yeah, especially now. I mean, I honestly would always, that's kind of how I've always done it, but like especially now it's like you have to. Yeah.
There's more of a time component for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crunch time.
Sure.
Oh yeah.
Which honestly don't mind, because it makes me get through more games.
Yeah, that's
It
fair.
like forces me to clear the backlog more. So
That's fair.
I need to get good at that.
You're enjoying the brisk pace.
I still am. Still am.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
I used to review games. I used to review for like publications, and I would get sent games that I absolutely did not want to play, and I had to. So it's like now I just get to play. Like I'm under time constraints, but I can play the games that I want to play. So it's like it's good.
Okay, that's ideal right there.
It's perfect. Yeah.
Will you be writing a review, Max? For Sky?
I will. The nice thing about Nintendo Force though is that it's a print magazine. So it's not going to be like right when the game releases. Like that's just not how it's timed out, because we release a magazine every 2 months. So I have kind of like a good gig where I can take my time. And I love taking my time with the Trails games. I just feel like they're kind of meant for that. You really want to get like immersed in the world. So I'm going to take my time with it and then have a review after that. So
that's awesome.
Yeah. That should be fun.
Yeah, I think so.
Well, I guess now we've been talking about NPCs. Should we talk about, what we've noticed so far with the dialogue and, the world?
The changes
in this remake?
and
some of the changes.
The styles of this remake.
Yeah, I think the first time it was made apparent to me was when Estelle didn't like say the line, "Why is my present a boy?" That like shocked me, and then I was like, "Oh, like this is going to be different." And I don't think I realized how different it was going to be until that moment. So,
I was nervous because of how Gung Ho first advertised the changes in the localization. Being more true to the Japanese version. So I think that made a lot of people who are very pro localization nervous.
I think that's fair. Yeah.
I did some side-by-side comparisons in my video where I had the old game and the new game running next to each other, and there's a difference. I do think it's a downgrade, if I'm honest. It is a lot less artistic of an endeavor. Not to be I'm trying not to be overly critical, because it's not unreadable. It's not terrible.
No.
And the voice actors do a very good job of,
I think they do great
selling it regardless.
They are awesome.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So and I always kind of felt that way. I was like, when they announced they had the original cast coming back, I was like, I trust these folks to do a good enough job that even if the localization's a little off, it's not going to make that big of a difference.
They'll carry it still.
Yeah.
It did.
And I
will
think
say
that's
though, when I was narrating the NPC's dialogue, I was like tripping out my words because no one would say these words.
No one
or these
talks like that.
in that way. So I was like, wait, I want to say it this way, but no, I have to say it this way.
You can always tell when a writer has not said a line out loud to themselves after they wrote it, because it's like that.
It's jumbled. Yeah, it's hard to say.
A little bit.
No, exactly. That's what I've noticed. Like when I was playing it the other day, some more. Like it felt like the more I get into it, it just feels a little. I feel like soulless is not the right like term because that feels so negative, but it just doesn't have that like. The fun, quirky like attitudes that you would see from the original.
Charm, but there's still charm in it. Like it's just a little slight downgrade of charm.
Exactly, it's a little more stiff. I feel like the language is stiff, despite like the great like voice acting and everything like there that's helping push that like with their personalities. But like the wording just feels a little less. I don't know, emotional.
There's repeated words. Like Estelle says cheeky so many times. Like,
I know.
Is everything cheeky to you?
I don't think I said that until you said it, but she definitely does say it a lot.
It's terrible because like they're doing like they're doing like a straight like Japanese, translations, and like the Japanese like to use very specific words, consistently as like their shtick. And so like
part of the humor.
Yeah.
Which in English can shift. Because like that word can mean several things depending on context. Like in Japanese, it's gonna mean like many different things depending on how they're saying it, when they're saying it, and things like that. Whereas like if you translate it straight to English, it's just going to be that one word translation that is not taking context of like the situation involved at all
necessarily. Yeah.
And so like that's what localization is there for, is to help kind of bridge that gap there where Japanese is very, ambiguous in terms of like situation. And things like that. It's
very context high.
Exactly.
And English is very context low. So you end up in like my kind of litmus test for a localization is how many times does the phrase "it can't be helped" appear in the script? Because it can't be
what
helped
it's being translated to or from.
It absolutely is a thing that is said in English. It's a thing that people have said and do say, but not everyone says it, and certainly not all the time. So it's like, how many times do you hear it in a script indicates that like they probably should have given more flavor. Like Joshua says it at least once, maybe twice in the demo. And I'm like, I don't know. It can't be helped. Feels very passive, feels very, I don't know. He doesn't strike me as that kind of character. So I would maybe say, what are you going to do? Or, oh, well, that's life, or something. Like there's a million more artistic and interesting ways to say, to express the same meaning, right?
Yeah.
It almost comes off as like they just say shikaraganai and we're all like, it can't be helped. That's what that means. So
it doesn't have the same weight in English that it does in Japanese, I think, too.
Right.
So it's just
that is true.
It's that.
Yeah, it's almost like the concept of like translating something with like AI. Like it's going to constantly use kind of the typical language that is like it's programmed through the LLM. So it's going to use that same translation no matter what. It's not going to take context into like, so that's like basically a 1-to-1 translation. It's just, just doesn't kind of, it's not terrible because like the game still plays really well. You can still understand everything, but it just adds that stiffness to it and loses a bit of that charm that was there in the original game. I think the original translation, at least.
Yeah.
I do wonder what's going to happen to It's Time for Ultraviolence. I don't know if that line's still going to be there, and I'm going to be so sad if it's
that
not.
line.
That line, I can almost guarantee won't be in there because that was, I think that was so fun. I think that was just Jessica Chavez having fun with.
That was an embellishment. I love it.
That was having fun with. Why am I blanking on the book? What book is that from? Darn it. I would have sounded so smart if I could come up with it right away.
I didn't know it was from a book.
Real reader.
I just remember it from Estelle. So it's like her iconic
like,
line.
Question to you guys: like, how do you feel about Charizard and her like just her personality so far in the beginning of this? Or like, I feel like it's a little. I felt like it was a little too stiff for me. Like, I feel like she should have been more. Like, I don't know. I feel like to me she wasn't as but more like kind of like teasing a bit more, how she has like that personality.
Teasing, I thought
a little bit, but like it was just like not how I think
she was still supposed to be like mentor Charizard. So Shira, I think she was supposed to feel like
Charizard,
she's supposed to direct the 16-year-olds to be who they are, and she was had some matronly kind of like or motherly sort of picking at us still a little bit to have her pay attention.
I guess that's true.
But we're just still in the prologue. Like, I feel like there's still room for her to
that's
let loose
maybe
a
I'm
bit
just
more.
forgetting that. Yeah.
I think she definitely comes out of her shell a bit more as the journey continues too, from what
That's
I remember.
true.
She gets more alcohol in her.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the thing.
That's what I want to see.
Alcohol. That's.
I feel like that's the big twist is like she seems a little stern, and then you have the first scene where she goes out drinking with Ina.
That's true.
And you're like, oh, okay,
Yes.
she's a lunatic. Okay.
She's
If you guys
awesome.
watch the NPCs in the tavern, we hear
I
all
can't
of
wait.
our extravates with Ina.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm so
you see the
pumped.
personality there.
Yeah.
I'm so excited for those scenes.
Real quick update, guys. The novel is A Clockwork Orange. I don't know why I couldn't think of the Clockwork
Oh,
Orange.
yes.
I didn't
But that's
know
where
it
that
came from.
I didn't
That.
think that connection either.
Violence.
Oh my gosh, that's so fun. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
RIP
so-
to that line if it's not here.
I know.
Yeah.
It's a real
So
one.
speaking of lines that aren't in this remake, I do miss the treasure chest.
I know.
Yeah,
that's
I
a
do
bummer.
too. It's just it was such a wholesome thing to have.
It was.
I know.
I think someone's going to make some sort of mod on the
They've
PC version.
gotta,
at
right?
least.
They've gotta.
They
Someone's
will.
gotta do that.
Yeah. The fandom
That would-
will come
yeah.
through with that for sure.
I
They're
think
so
so.
beloved.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do any of
But
you know, were
graphically,
those
this is
in
so
the
beautiful.
original Japanese version of the game, or was that added by Xseed? Were they
That's
there
Xseed.
originally?
100%.
Yeah,
Xseed.
Exceed
It was
put
Xseed?
in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's why it's not in this version.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is sad. But I think just the graphics are so beautiful. Like the
it's
engine
gorgeous.
I
Falcon
know.
developed. If all the other games they're released are at this level, like it's going to be so
Oh,
amazing
yeah.
for them.
Yeah.
I'm so
I
excited
know.
for them.
I love
Yeah.
I think the graphics are really going to pull people in to try it.
Yes. Yes.
I
I
mean,
think so.
despite being like the first game in the series and it's much more approachable at this point,
Yeah.
but also it just looks great in general. So like, I feel like everyone's been kind of a little bit hyped even outside the circle of Trails.
Yeah.
It's-
I know so many people saying this is their first Trails and they're so excited to try it.
Yeah.
Oh, I
It's
love
very,
that.
very anime, right? Which I think 20 years ago, when Trails in the Sky first came out, was more of a deterrent to a bigger audience than it was a draw. But
in the
now
West,
I feel like
yeah.
it's switched.
Yeah,
I feel
for
like
sure.
there are
I
still
think
some
since-
people that are going to hate on anime, but like it's a much bigger draw today than
Yeah.
it was when the game first
Post
came out.
pandemic, so many more people got into anime. So I think they're
Yeah.
more open to that in games.
Yeah. I mean, the anime circle, like back in like the 05 to like 2010s was like non-existent. It was a very niche, like,
A little bit. I didn't
Like,
tell my friends I watched it really.
yeah, like
Yeah,
you were
same.
still kind of like, you were very silent about it
Yeah.
outside of like your close friends. Like you didn't talk
Yes,
about it. Like
yes.
leading up to those points, like, you know, the 90s and the early 2000s were just kind of like, you don't want to talk about it. But now it's just like, it's everywhere. It
Now
is
it's like
so,
you don't watch anime?
Yeah.
True.
Wait,
Things have
you
changed.
don't like One Piece? What's wrong with you?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's definitely a different time. And I just love like stylized graphics. And I think they just kind of aged incredibly well. So I love that they're kind of taking that angle because it's the nice thing about like, you know, with Falcom's engines, they're usually like a little behind in
Yeah.
terms of like graphical, you know, just technology and just in general.
Yeah.
But the fact that it's using this like stylized look, it kind of gives it more of a timeless look, which I think is like really good for it. And I think I would love them to just keep that aesthetic alive for the next like iterations of games.
So bright and it's just
Yeah.
beautiful. Like so many details too. Like they have all these little critters like all scattered throughout the world. So I like to find like, you know, all the chipmunks and squirrels that are just heading away.
And do you hit them with a stealth stick? Do you, Emily?
You
you try to
can't. It's
club
in the
them?
town area, so you can't pull out your weapon. But
But if she could,
But she 100%
bet.
would.
I wish you could have pet them at least. That's
Yeah,
know.
you can't
They
even
need to
pet
do
the
first-
cat. I will
second
say,
chapter, pet the cat.
I know.
yeah,
and the
I will say that
cow.
was a disappointment.
I
And the
wanted
cow.
Oh,
the cow.
definitely the cow.
I know.
He was
Same.
right
Yeah.
there.
Same.
I was like, please.
He even moves at you.
I know.
I know.
Mhm.
I was at least appreciative that we could talk to it, but still,
That's
true.
true.
take it a step
And we
further.
could chase the
Falcom.
chickens for eggs. I was glad they kept that in.
Yeah.
They're fast.
They are fast.
Yeah. So,
But-
assuming that they go forward with this graphical style and they continue to remake the games, I was a little nervous. As an aside, Kondo had said in a recent interview or something that he was like looking forward to remaking SC. It's like, bro, I would have thought you'd be like 75% of the way done with that by now. Like, Have
It
you
should have
not
been
started
guaranteed.
it?
It's coming next.
I mean, I believe it's coming next.
be
But like,
messing
are
with
you not
everybody.
already well in
I don't
development?
believe a word
I
that
don't
man
trust him.
says.
I
Yeah,
know
trust
he's.
either.
I
He's
know.
a troll.
I
He
know.
is ridiculous.
He
I know.
I don't know
He
why
does
I
this on
always get-
time, and I'm just like,
I don't know
trust
why I
this
always
guy.
get like hung up on it, but
Yeah,
I know it's not.
I know.
Though
Did
the
I-
80-hour thing, I think, is accurate.
I do think
He
that's
does it
accurate.
just to piss Branden off. Branden
I
off.
did. Well, it's payback for me stalking him through the streets of Tachikawa
Oh, that's
City.
true.
I don't think I actually
stalked
heard the
him.
story. It's so funny.
Oh, Mags, I don't know if you,
Oh
yeah,
my
if
God.
you don't know this
You need
story.
to hear it.
That's
You need to hear it.
So
Okay.
I was in Japan over the summer here, and I was like, I'm gonna take a pilgrimage by myself. I was there with some friends. I was like, you guys go do boring stuff. I'm gonna go to Tachikawa City to find Falcom's headquarters, which,
Yes.
mind you, is just a boring office building. It's
Yep.
just a very standard
Yeah.
office building. But I was like, I'm gonna make my pilgrimage, so I went. And as I'm walking around, I'm trying to find where it's at. It's just like a nondescript building in the middle of the town.
Mm-hmm.
Coming towards me is Toshihiro Kondo, and I'm like,
Double
did a
take.
double take, and I'm like, is that him? And then I was like, I'm like 90% sure that's him. So I turned around and started following him, and I like followed him into a 7-Eleven while he was getting his lunch, and then I followed him back out, and I like, I was like,
Not
followed
the
him all the way back.
7-Eleven. Oh my god.
Followed him all the way to the Falcom offices, and then I was like, yeah, okay, that was him.
It's like the Daybreak stealth mission. You were following him and like
Exactly.
hiding behind
Exactly.
the little like obstacles as you went. So
And I'm like the only 6'2" white guy in this,
Which is exactly
Yeah,
like
you
the
definitely
Daybreak
stood
missions
out.
where you can
Yeah.
you can see them no
at
matter
all.
what.
100% he saw you.
Yeah.
No.
Being a creeper.
that is so
The one
funny.
giant white guy just like there's no way he did not see you.
Yeah. Anyway,
Amazing.
what was
Amazing
my
story.
point? What was my? Yes, it was a lot of fun. But anyway, obviously, I think we hope that they're going to do SC and then the third, and then I would love it if they would redo the Crossbell games.
Oh,
I think
for
that
sure.
makes sense.
They
Bring
deserve
them
it.
into the
I think
style.
so.
Yeah.
The thing I'm worried about is that they're not going to redo the Cold Steel games, and then
I think
they
they
are
should at
going to be
least 1 and
kind
2.
of. They're going to be the
Yeah.
odd ones out, stuck in the middle.
I feel like
with
they should
an
do 1 and
outdated
2.
battle system, outdated graphics, because
Maybe they're going to do that to
close
discourage people
enough.
from starting with Cold Steel.
Oh
May-
no.
I mean, maybe.
Which I
I don't
feel
know.
sad about.
That's their way to
Cold Steel's
stop
very
that.
popular. Cold Steel's
Yeah.
very popular in Japan, right?
It is.
Like,
It is
It is.
really popular.
so they
You
probably
know how much money they
want
would
people
make?
to start there.
I think so.
I think they'll do it because it's so popular. Because that's really
I
where
hope
it
that
turned
they
around
do.
Everyone
for
loves
them.
green. So
Yeah.
That's my
Green
whole
is
thing.
like
Is I
their
really hope
cash
that
cow.
they do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
I think it's a no-brainer for them too, but we'll see.
They need to
Honestly,
I'm
I feel like
curious.
Cold
Renart.
Steel deserves it as much as all the rest
Yeah.
of them do. So
Yeah, definitely. I think it brought so many people into Trails, so maybe even more
Yes.
to some
Oh
degree.
yeah.
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 I think
But
so.
I'm just curious how they're going to, alternate new Trails games and new IPs in Falcom and, of course, Ease and
Yeah.
Tokyo Xanadu, how it's all going to, be staggered.
Yeah. Well,
I
fortunately,
don't
they won't have to
It's
do
going
it
to be like a
for
20-year endeavor.
They won't have to do it for
Cold
much
Steel.
longer because they're almost done.
No.
They probably
Yeah,
have
they're almost
maybe
done.
4 more games in
Yeah.
them in the series,
Max. Yeah, max.
and then they can
4 more,
do
you
East.
think? Is that
I'm
the
I don't
prediction?
guessing
know. I think 4 might be
3.
low. We'll see.
I'm going to guess.
know.
My theory
But the
is
remakes,
that
it's supposed to be lower, I think. I
maybe
don't know.
maybe 4.
I don't
'cause
know.
I'm thinking that Beyond the Horizon, there's obviously Kai 2, so that's 1, and then maybe they'll do some kind of interstitial game. So that would be
Transitional,
2.
yeah.
And then
To wrap
a
up things.
and then
Yeah.
a
And
like
then they'll have like a
2-game arc to wrap it up
Just 2.
would be 4.
if
I
would,
think there's going to be more
I-
than 2 to end it. I really do. I
think
just
so?
think
yeah,
because
I think at
they-
least a trilogy.
yeah,
They
because
have new fans coming in now.
Yeah. I just think that they've always
So-
kind of started out saying we're going to do like this many for this arc, and then it's at least always one more than they say because they just get they have so much content and they try to shove it in, and then they're like, wait, we can make more than one game out of this. So just based on
Exactly.
past history, I feel like it's going to probably be more than 2, but we'll see.
It could be. I think it depends
Yeah.
on the sales numbers. If they are not seeing, as good of sales compared to some
they're
of the
seeing it.
remakes they're making and some of the other series, they might try to speed it up more just because they want to move on to something else and, divert their
Yeah.
resources to those projects. But I hope they don't rush the ending. That would suck.
No,
I doubt they're not going to rush the ending. Like they've been
They
doing
better
this
not.
for way too long to rush the ending
Yeah.
at this point. Like
Yeah, I think Kondo's
It's
like
just not their
he wants
style.
to see it end well. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
It's like his thing. So
He's not gonna let it. He's not gonna let it like end like that. So I think it's gonna be as long as it needs to be. So like, who knows what that's gonna be? Because like, what did he say? 80% done. Like that last 20%. Like we don't know what it's measured in. Like 20% could be like 7-8 games. Who knows what that is? Like
they've changed the percentages too. Like that they've not stayed consistent. So it's condo math.
Yeah,
whatever that is.
It's condo math, and that is like it makes no sense only to him, and it changes.
It only adds up to 100% for him.
I guess for me, like the only concern I would have is if they do have a grand plan for where they're taking the story. And I assume they have at least something of a plan.
Like an outline.
They must.
An outline, or even if it's just like the major points.
Right.
If they have that plan and they decide to milk it, I do worry that like some of the quality would suffer in the later games. So, and like you were all saying, I don't think that they don't want to let that happen, right? They are committed
to baby. They've had this for over 20 years.
The way they want to. Right.
I feel like Trails doesn't milk anything. They do things exactly the way they do. Like there's always
the
like
Cold
that
Steel haters would disagree with you
Cold
because
Steel 4 is a little rough, man.
It's a little that was hard to.
But you know, like that's a matter of that's a matter of opinion, I guess. Like I don't know. Like I liked Cold Steel.
I did too.
But I do understand the people who are like, you know, this could have been 3 games, or you know what I mean. Like I guess
do
I
agree with that. Like Cold Steel, especially because like they weren't expecting Reen to be their cash cow. Yeah, and so like they definitely they definitely. I mean, that's why they held on to Reen in like 3 and 4 as being the protagonist rather than making Yuna
exactly
the protagonist.
I still feel like it should have been Yuna. Whatever.
Yuna was the protagonist.
Probably
like,
was
she was the real
supposed
one.
to be.
I don't
she
care
was probably supposed to be initially.
Artwork is or whatever. Like she's the protagonist.
Yeah,
like
especially in 4, but also in 3.
Sure.
100.
Yeah. Like that was what it was supposed to be. I feel until they they finished 2 and they were just like, Reen is way too much. We make too much money off of Reen. We got to keep that going, which is unfortunate.
Reen on more of these covers, man.
Yeah, I know.
That's why they brought him back for Kai, right?
I know. I was like, can this man just rest? Like, I love Reen, but I'm like, can he just go?
He had his time.
Rest? He did. He had 5 games.
Someone else had their time.
So,
I mean, you know, by all means, bring everybody back in like the big conclusion.
Yes.
The Avengers
game. All the protagonists. all
Trails.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. It's going to be exciting.
But give me a break.
I'm curious, though. Are we going to see more Estelle and Joshua, for future games? Because bringing back the remake stuff.
Oh, absolutely.
I would imagine. Yeah.
I have
a feeling.
I want them to.
Because by the end of Daybreak,
the later games, like in Cold Steel and Reverie, they kind of were less important. They're like, oh, hey, we're here.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're side characters. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and they're definitely going to be side characters.
I think we'll see them as side characters.
Were they important? So I like to see more of that. Like, full circle happening.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
For sure.
It depends. Like, we were talking about that like a little while ago the other day, where like it would be nice if they ended on Estelle being the main protagonist
again
of the last games. So that way it just kind of goes full circle back to her and Joshua, and this kind of ends it on that note. That would be, I think, just something nice for the fans and everybody. Plus, another female protagonist needs to at least at least either a new one or bring back Estelle.
Like the same female protagonist. I'd be open to another like a new one as well.
Yeah,
but like,
I would love that.
For sure. Yeah,
or maybe when the characters emerge, like I think Ren could be the female protagonist.
Ren has been kind of like I feel
like Ren needs
significant
her
character
own.
In more games than like any other character.
Yeah, she really needs her own game. She deserves it.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so.
Because she's
like
been in,
Ren. I think that'd be awesome.
the most games
after she graduates.
Yes, because like she's one of the characters who's been in the most games across the board.
Yeah,
for sure.
Easily.
Yeah, like, and she's super popular in her own right too, amongst like the fans.
She
has
the most interesting character arc.
Yeah,
her arc
crazy.
is incredible.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm trying to think. Is she in 8 or 9 games? She's in like
she's
a
in
ton.
SC, both Crossbell games, Cold Steel 3 and 4. Reverie, Daybreak 2, and
then Kai.
How many is that?
So
I wasn't
9.
counting.
9.
9.
So
sorry, 9.
That's 9.
I had 9 fingers
Kai,
and I said 8.
You got
there we go.
SC third, 0. She's in Azure too, right? So you're in Azure.
Oh yeah, I didn't count third. So 10 games.
That's
10
true.
games.
10. Oh.
Yeah,
10 out of
I
the
didn't count
13
third.
or whatever.
Yeah.
So
she has to be, I think, the last protagonist.
Yeah.
she's pretty
She
important.
As an adult.
Yeah. Adult Rin.
Mm-hmm. I love, it's just her character is just like, she's just the coolest too.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Yeah,
she does everything she's been through.
I know.
Give her a happy ending.
She's come so far.
She went through so much.
Yeah.
I know. She deserves, like, I want to see I just want to see everything wrap up with her and just like have the best ending ever. Like they deserve to give her that.
Yeah, they do.
She's a good kid. She's a
She's a great kid. So I want more. I want more Ren, please. She's one of my favorites too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So.
But any other, I guess, wishes for the future of Trails you guys would like to see? I'm assuming the continuation of this hybrid combat.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yes.
I'm
I
waiting
wonder how
for.
they would remake it though. Like, because I feel like every game there's always some new mechanic they add on top to the next game.
You know who I really want to show up in Trails? It's just going to be an old Adel. That's actually that's exactly how he disappears. Like no one ever heard from him. He just went to like.
That's true.
But he somehow he switched worlds and he's now in.
He moved
He's now in
dimensions.
Zamuria.
Yeah, he's in Zamuria.
Yeah.
He's in Zamuria.
And he's
my
like,
gosh.
like he.
I do really I want to see / hope that there is like stronger connection, like real connection between Nayuta and the main series. Like if you look at I guess should I mark this as a spoiler? I'm wondering. But like
to say
if
spoiler,
you look at spoilers, advance a minute
Spoiler.
if you don't want to be spoiled.
Hopefully a minute.
But in Nayuta, if you compare like a lot of the stuff in Nayuta and you look at like Daybreak 2 in particular, right?
Yeah.
Using the Märchen Garden. The Märchen Garden is like where they're at in Nayuta.
Yeah.
You're collecting the same crystals, breaking the same things, like the mission objectives are the same. When you go in there and it's like kill 5 of this sort of enemy. It's like that's a mission type in Nayuta. And then obviously the fairies, right? Like the fairies that are the hollows seem to be connected, and we know when Mare talks and says what she is, nobody can comprehend what she's saying. So I really want them to reveal that.
Preface this. We haven't played Horizon yet.
We have not played Horizon.
There are things in Horizon, maybe. I don't know if they are.
So there might be things in Horizon that are tying these things together.
Please.
So
please
don't let us know because I don't want to.
Do not.
I want nothing. I am not looking at anything Horizon right now. Like,
oh my god,
I'm not even watching the trailers. I watched part of one for a video I was making. But like I'm not watching the whole trailer.
I watched how Falcom, they always post stuff of all their games. So I've been admiring some of the still arts of some of the characters. I'm like, oh, you look awesome with the blondie there with his sunglasses. I don't say who he is. But
right, we still have to keep
who that is.
Yeah.
Redacted.
That one. He looks awesome.
Just like
at what point does it stop being a spoiler? Like I've had people get mad at me for spoiling something in like Sky SC, and I'm like, this game is probably older than you are, commenter. Like,
Falcom spoils themselves. If you follow them on Twitter, they are posting all the spoilers.
They don't care. They don't care.
They don't care.
It's not safe if you want to avoid spoilers. Don't follow them.
Don't follow them on any social media platform.
No,
don't look up intentionally anything Trails related, either on YouTube or on social media.
Oh, no.
Just avoid it. If you're like trying to not be spoiled, just avoid it.
Don't do it.
I made that mistake once, and I was like, I'm not going to do that again. I'm not going to look up anything.
I'm pretty sure I've been able to avoid all like significant trail spoilers. I don't think I've ever had anything significant spoiled.
Wow.
Yeah.
I kind of had one spoiled for me, but it was more of me guessing what it was after seeing an image. It didn't the image didn't confirm it. It was like, oh, this probably is this.
I'll bet it's this.
Someone said, oh, spoilers. I'm like, spoilers because why? Because I feel like sometimes it's best not to say something's a spoiler, because that gets people thinking.
Yeah,
like, how's this
it gives them a clue.
Exactly.
Exactly.
So I think also, like, if you want to just follow the Falcom social media, just don't look at the comments under it. Like, it's not going to spoil you with context,
I feel,
yeah. Don't look at quotes.
Don't look at the quotes.
I feel like that's like on anything on Twitter. Just
that's true.
Don't look at the comments.
Totally.
That's a good rule to follow.
That's a good rule of thumb.
Yeah.
That's a constant rule of mine.
Your life will be so much better.
I'm always disappointed in everything. It's just like I go in there and I'm just like, I regret everything.
Your guts.
That's fair. That's very valid.
Yeah. Oh man, but no, I'm excited to see where Horizon goes. There's just so much happening.
I hear it's good.
Yeah,
a lot of people like love it.
A lot of people
so
really like it, and I'm like, I just wonder like what's gonna happen here.
I know.
Yeah,
and like
I think some people forgave like giving Daybreak 2 a hard time after Horizon.
I've seen that
curious.
too. Yeah, I think they really like fixed the issues they had with Daybreak 2 in that game, from what I've heard.
I think so.
Yeah,
that's what I've heard too.
Yeah, because I feel like Daybreak 2 just like was very much a supplementary like game.
I enjoyed
didn't
it.
feel
It's
I
great.
really liked it too. I
really enjoyed too, but I can see
there's
where
some
people
good Elaine
are like,
moments.
yes,
oh my
exactly.
girl,
Elaine,
yes, that was the main reason I liked it.
I love her too.
Yeah, she's my favorite.
I'm so glad we're on the same page.
I
Everyone's on the
know.
same page here.
I feel like I'm fighting for my life. For
Well,
her
now
sometimes.
wait a minute.
I'm like, please help me.
I like Elaine.
I'm not singling out anyone. I'm
I
saying
like Elaine. No,
I'm saying everyone
I like
in our like Discord.
Well, so
Branden
there's been a lot
guilty
of
right now.
Me being
There's
pro
been
Elaine.
no, everybody on our Discord is on your team.
Oh, okay,
that's
good.
not-
I was
there's
like,
I got
no-
them on my
wait a
team.
There's
This is
no
we're not.
question.
Thank you.
There's no question.
Okay.
Um,
I was like,
No,
please
I just,
don't
like-
tell me that. It's hard enough on Twitter,
I
man.
had the gall. Let me
I
tell you
know.
this. I had the gall to say that Elaine was unlikable in Daybreak, and she was written to be an antagonist to Van. Like that's how
In
she
the
was
beginning,
written.
sure.
Yeah,
Sure.
exactly.
She's
And-
stoic.
She
I
was
still
stoic,
love her
she
then, though,
was-
too. That made me love her.
Well,
even
sure,
more.
and that's fine,
I do too.
and that's fine. But I'm saying like for
I get
me,
it.
and I was trying to explain in the Discord, I was like, for me, when I'm
Yeah.
participating in a story, I'm along for the ride of the story. If the author is like, I'm going to make you dislike this character, then I'm going to dislike that character, because then when she gets the redemptive arc, it feels all the more exciting. It's all the more better for it. So like, I think Elaine is a fantastic character, but she's very intentionally written as an antagonist in the beginning of the story.
She's a little off-putting in the beginning. I could see
and that's part of her
personality-wise
arc.
why people might not mesh too.
I think Van
and
had it coming,
that's
though.
part of her arc.
So
He did.
Well, sure.
He did.
Yeah.
Sure. I mean, maybe he did.
Van was kind of
but because well, and that may be, but
he
because
was an
Van
antagonist
was like
to her. So
yeah. Well, but because Van is like the protagonist
have that
from the
information in that
perspective
front,
that
though.
we are viewing the story from, that's why Elaine is like positioned that way. But anyway,
for sure.
But that
No, I
keeps getting
agree.
thrown back at me that I hate Elaine or something. It's like I've never
I
said I
didn't
hate
say
Elaine.
you.
She doesn't hate. I don't hate Elaine. She's
I
good.
did not
She's a good
single you
character.
out.
She's a good character.
my favorite thing about Daybreak is just the evolution of Van becoming a soccer mom.
I do love that very
That's
much.
a great,
That's-
great
that's-
reason to love
The
it.
way
You
his
mean all the
truck
sweets?
literally gets bigger as the game goes
Exactly.
along
The
to
game, like,
accommodate.
it's literally his car turns into like a,
I know.
like a
It turns
minivan
into a
of sorts.
minivan. Yeah.
a soccer
Over
mom.
Yeah, put
time.
motorcycles on the side because they can't all fit in there.
And then they have little side
Feel like-
cars too, so it just keeps getting bigger.
Yeah.
Little sidecars?
Motorcycles with the sidecars. Everybody tagging along.
It's so good. It's like him going from like being like the most antisocial, just the one that doesn't want to deal with anybody, to being like the same personality, but now also very committed to this, like his kids at this point.
Yeah, he's such a
His
softie
group of
too.
like, I know he is.
Yeah.
Van, he's definitely grown to be one of my favorite protagonists. Just for like,
I'm so happy with him as one of the
love him.
protagonists.
Yeah.
The
He's
direction
great.
went with him and his story.
He's awesome.
he's like the most like dynamic protagonist.
He's
we've
very
had, I think.
dynamic. Yeah, he's not just pure like
Yeah.
everybody else seems to be. He's
Yeah.
got a
He's
little bit
so
of an edge to him.
Relatable too because he's older.
He is.
Yeah,
He's a little bit
Well,
older.
he's-
I mean, he's
old
like
man.
25,
He is
which in
an old
anime
man.
is like 50. You know.
That's
And
like
Aaron
in
doesn't
years.
let him forget it either.
no.
Yeah.
Doesn't.
He's like just a few years younger than him too.
I know,
which
it's
is
I
like,
know.
such
I
a
know.
funny bit. Because he's only like a few
It's
years
like-
younger.
I love it
That's
because
the-
like Falcom has to constantly throw that joke out. Like it is like,
well,
We
and
know.
that feels realistic to me too because
Yeah.
friends
Yeah.
will,
Given Aaron's
will have those
personality,
things.
yes.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
oh yeah,
Friends will goof around like that. They'll have like the
Oh, for
one
sure.
thing they keep coming back to, and
oh no, exactly.
Yeah, once you
No,
get
but I
a
love
bit,
it.
it just keeps going. Like you can't die at
It
that
just-
point. So
It keeps repeating itself. And
like
that's
I think I was telling the two
Aaron
of
with him.
you last episode. my friend from college that didn't like onions and made the mistake of saying that he didn't like it. Now every time onions comes up around him, we're like, ew, onions, ew. So yeah, it's just like it's a friend group thing. And I like the dynamics of that with Van because I don't know, it just feels very realistic.
It does.
That group does feel more dynamically like realistic because like coming out of Cold Steel where everyone was like, I love you and I love you and I love you. We're all best friends. And like,
that's true.
They're all just like, it's like a commune of sorts of the class 13. And so like, and then you come into, and you get into like, you know, Daybreak where like everybody has like a very distinct personality and they mesh and they don't mesh depending on the situation. And like, it's just, it's a lot more realistic
too.
Yeah. They're all coming.
Like, before, you know, with class 7, they're always the same
class
age,
7, yeah,
mostly, more or less.
For the most part,
but,
and they all started school at the
same
time.
They're so different.
Yeah.
Exactly. They had that in common, you know?
The vast majority were in the same part of life. Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. And I guess like in the beginning stages of like Cold Steel, there was like that whole like, you know.
There was a little bit of tension with some of the characters, but then they worked through it, you know?
Eustace and
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 Lisa and
stuff
Reen.
like that. Lisa and Reen.
Oh, I love their
I
journey,
really like
it's so good.
I really like the fact that
I want to love
not
that journey.
Every female character is in love with Van. Like
I don't like that.
I like. Yeah. No, I'm saying.
Oh,
I said that
I don't like the harem thing either.
I
No,
like
I don't
that
either.
they don't all.
Yeah,
I like
no.
that they don't
yeah.
all love Van.
I'm glad they didn't go that route.
They didn't go the Reen route where it's like every female
especially
character
because they're young kids in there.
No, exactly.
Well,
there's
there's
that too, but like.
Yeah.
But I'm talking even beyond the main cast. It's not just like so. Like the issue is like Reen, because of Reen being a harem protagonist, it robs every female character of agency in the story.
Yeah,
like every female character cannot have any romantic interest in any other character because you, the player, might feel cheated.
Yep.
That your personal favorite is not interested in you, and it's like that's so deeply weird, guys. Like,
that's the worst part of Cold Steel, honestly. Like,
that is my least favorite.
Yeah.
Because it also ruins like the whole like okay, so like Elisa wasn't my favorite like of like the choices, but I was saying like if they were gonna commit to Elisa, like they should have committed to Elisa.
Yeah, I wish they committed.
Like,
I do
too.
Because like
it would have been
by
better
the end of the series, by the end of the series, they're like non-existent. Like they don't like they have like one scene.
A weird thing at the end.
They have like weird scenes.
I wish they
but
would built it up more.
Yeah,
it just felt uncomfortable. Like I just felt uncomfortable in their scenes where I was just like, you guys haven't talked in like God knows how long, and
like
all
exes.
of a sudden, like it's like they're having like weird ex hookups or things like that. Like it's just like really uncomfortable situations.
Some of the weird
I was not prepared for it.
Some of that kind of tension to me was I felt like it was because the English voice actors for Reen and Elisa, I don't feel like they have a lot of chemistry together. I know they're not recording together, and so talking about chemistry is kind of weird anyway. But the two of them just don't feel like they have a lot of chemistry. So I think that's part of it, at least in the English version, why I'm not as like sold on her. But I also think that they could have done a lot more to canonize that relationship. It seemed like they wanted to, and they kind of took a half measure approach.
Yeah. Then,
They like went half
they like
and then
dipped it in.
to it.
They like dipped into it, and then they were like, no, and then Meg, like, they wasn't sure. Like I know Branden and I are on Team Toa. Like,
I love Toa. Yeah,
I like Toa
I think
too. I get
Toa's
it.
sweet.
Yeah, she's
honestly,
awesome.
like, but like those two had the most like character development throughout all the like Cold Steel games. Like between her and Reen, like they really like had the most experience. Like. Getting close to each other. Yeah,
they had
she was always
canon. They had the most canon experiences together because
exactly
because she was
she wasn't a dateable option in the beginning.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes.
And then
exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then she was a teacher, and then they had moments together. So like it just felt like those two kind of like had this like it just felt more natural with them rather than kind of forced with everything else because of the harem aspect to it. Because like you're just making a choice where
that was what I took from it. Like I think all the characters are great. Like I'm always I'm pleased to I'm always pleased to feel like because I'm being a writer, like I pay a lot of attention to the writing and like the arc of the storytelling and stuff. And I always feel like sort of validated when the characters that I'm drawn to the most are the ones that come back. So like on that poster behind Dalla there, like my favorite characters are like Crow, Fee, and Toa. And I'm like, obviously like they're important because, you know, they were written to be that way. And I just feel like, so I don't know, happy that, and then just in general, right? Like the fact that these characters, that so many of these characters recur and, you know, not just the main characters, but like secondary characters. And I mean, even NPCs, right? We've talked about that a little bit. Like there's no other game series that I can think of where you get to see the growth of a character beyond the ending of the game in which they are like prominently featured. You know, like it's just very cool.
It is.
So it makes Trail special.
Yeah,
it does. Yeah,
that's true. Such a great series, guys.
it's so good.
And thankfully, we still have more games to look forward to, whether it's remakes or continuations of the grand epic they've been going through. Lots more to look forward
years later.
to.
Yeah.
I know. There's lots to look forward to, and honestly, like I'm ready for it. Keep pumping them out, and I hope we keep continuing to get NIS America doing the mainline ones. I'm hoping.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that it continues to be that.
I think they've done a really good job so far.
Yeah, like I just want to keep that because they've also been really good at getting these done quickly. Like they have a system already, and like, you know, we've talked about before, is that like they kind of sped it up, and they actually got Trails up to speed on like in the America and like in the US and stuff like that. So like,
once Horizon comes out, we are caught up.
We're caught up.
Which
Isn't
is wild.
that wild? Look at us
So,
now,
like,
guys.
I know.
We had a simultaneous release too for a remake.
With
I know.
remake,
Yeah.
And then
It's
Kai 2,
wild.
if we have that too.
If that's simultaneous, like that is wild.
I have a feeling it's gonna
I think it
probably
will
be.
I think it will be.
I do too.
I think at this point, why not?
They got it, right? They got it.
I hope.
I think they already have like a. I know.
No.
Seriously.
Back when I started playing these games, it was just FC, like it was just Sky FC, and then SC came out, and I was like, "Hooray! This is the best thing ever!" And then it was just like, there's been so much time in between games.
It's hard to have momentum when that happens too. Like people will lose interest. I mean, I think that's happened with like the Final Fantasy series a little bit because like there's not as much. Like they're not as released like closely together, and so that can really like lessen people's interest over time. So
and there's more JRPGs that are, you know, movers or shakers, you know, that are emerging. People are
vying for our time.
So
true.
Exactly.
More competition than ever.
So many games. So many.
That's constant.
In particular.
This fall is
crazy, you
brutal.
guys.
I don't know what we're gonna do, man.
I did a 10 upcoming games. I did a 10 upcoming games, and 8 of them were in September and October.
Yeah,
I'm like,
that's so crazy.
What?
So September is going to be rough leading into October.
Games.
I don't have.
They're not just like
they're not small.
They're like 20 hours.
No,
like 80.
No.
Yeah, they're 80+ hour games. Like they're games that I want to play. All like there's plenty of ones that I want to play day one, and I'm like I'm gonna have to finish like Trails really quickly. I might have to pull a Branden. I don't know how I'm going to do that.
Oh no!
We'll see if you can.
Yeah.
Right?
I don't know. I physically can't. I've tried.
The problem is, if you ask me for advice on how I do it, I don't know. I don't
know.
I don't know what I'm doing. What am I doing?
And like my natural state of being is like I cannot physically figure out. Like I tried doing all the other ones fast. In my head, I was like, I must be doing this fast, and I'm like, nope.
I don't even play on high speed mode.
90+ hours trying to get through this.
I don't know what it is. I don't know.
I don't even use high speed mode anymore. Okay. Not for day. Like since Daybreak hit, like it's been always awkward to use high speed mode because it just like looks. It's like a little too fast now. Yeah.
I don't
like in the previous in the Cold Steel and Reverie, it was like it was fine because like it's like those
Cold
games.
Steel and Reverie,
you need them for Cold Steel.
Yeah,
they were slow motion.
Those combat animations
literally feel like
forever.
swinging your sword.
The normal mode, like it literally felt like. I was like, this can't be real life.
Battles after every single. I'm so happy the remake does not have a victory battle ending.
I do. One little note about that. I'm glad that they found a way to incorporate the victory battle music occasionally with the when you beat the hunted or the wanted monsters or
Yeah,
whatever.
the
Yeah.
wanted,
I was like,
or
that's-
I'm assuming boss
that's cool.
fights too.
Yeah, I think boss
Yeah.
fights.
Maybe
Yeah.
in some of them, yeah, but I noticed it for sure on the wanted
The hunted,
monsters, and I was
yeah.
like, that's good that they still found a way to
I'm
do
glad
that.
it's there.
It's a
Yeah.
co-
You
it's
just
a
don't
good
need it every single
compromise.
time.
Not every single
Yeah.
time. Yeah, it's a good compromise.
The game is long
Yeah.
enough. So.
Exactly.
Exactly. And there's fast travel. Oh my gosh, I remember
Oh,
The fast
it's so
travel was
nice.
great.
Oh yeah.
that's so
The
good.
fast
especially
travel is
for
really nice.
FC and SC, man.
Because there's a lot
There's
of
so much back and
backtracking
forth
going
you
up
have to
and
do.
down. Yeah, like it's
I
so much
know.
like constant going back and forth that like that's going to be a game changer.
It
Yeah.
really is.
For sure.
That's why I was skeptical, about like the 80-hour thing, but
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah.
I'm thinking average is going to be 60 hours
I think
60
that's
feels
a good
right.
amount of time.
Yeah.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
for first chapter.
Good
Yeah.
happy
Mhm.
medium there.
I'm going to spend more because I'm streaming it, so the streamer tax. But
Right.
still,
I'm going to guess that I'm going to clock in at 45.
Oh my
That's
god.
my estimate.
that's how long it took me to beat the original, the Evo version.
I beat the original in like 22 hours, so I think I can beat it.
You're a monster, Brandon.
I'll
Yeah,
do it.
that,
It'll be no
that-
problem.
That's
cannot-
I don't get it. I
could
don't
not
get
do
it.
that,
I don't understand.
no.
I don't know.
I physically can't fathom it. Like it just doesn't.
Me neither.
No compute.
Nope. I have to talk to every single.
I wish I knew what I
NPC,
was
so-
doing different
My
because I
brain
don't feel like I'm
flies
really
when I
doing that
think
much
about
different.
that. Yeah.
Talk
Makes
to more
no
NPCs.
sense.
Yeah, they're so good.
I will, like I said, I will on subsequent.
Collect the
playthroughs.
books and read the books.
That's right.
Also, I like how the recipes, if you eat food, you get the
Yes.
recipe now. That's so cool.
I
Oh, yeah.
know.
And there's
I
no
know.
battle scopes. You don't have to do that. It's already
my gosh,
no
it's-
awesome
It's
things about the
scoped.
monsters.
Thank
So many
goodness.
cool
I-
things about this remake.
Lots of
Yeah.
good like
I know. They brought
improvements in like the
all the
little
quality
gameplay
logs.
things. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I did
Much more
not like.
user-friendly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I hated using battle scopes. If I
I
I
never
did
used
too.
it. Like
I never
I think I
did. I
tried
would
it for
just deal without it.
like the crossbow
Yeah.
duology, and then I just stopped doing them. I'm like,
Yeah.
this is taking
It's
too much
not
time.
worth
I
it.
don't need to have the ultimate weapon for everyone.
Yeah.
no,
Like I'm
exactly.
okay if a game wants to have me, I have to defeat a monster before I get that information. That's fine. But like I don't want to have to use an item on them. Don't make me do that.
No, or
No.
waste a turn by
Or waste a
using
whole
someone's
turn.
skill to get it.
Yeah.
I'm like, no.
Yeah,
No
Yeah,
gracias.
that was such a waste. All
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you have to waste like a slot to get that skill.
Yeah, that's
True.
Yep.
True.
And then
And,
also
like-
the quartz for treasure chests and things. It's already
Yeah,
there on the map. And the enemies.
Exactly.
That's so nice too. Yeah.
It's so nice.
I know. I hated having to like account for like, all right, I gotta like give up actual useful
Yeah.
slots to be able to
Right.
see enemies and like treasure on the
Right.
on the map.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That is so nice. There's a lot of really good quality of life in this one, and it like just makes the game infinitely better and more fun.
Mm-hmm.
Maggie, have you found the secret cave yet? In the remake?
I don't think so.
There's
Yeah,
a
I
secret
also
cave,
heard about
apparently.
this and have not seen it. So
Well,
I
I'll
haven't
have to
seen it
look
yet.
for
it's on the Milch or what's the road called?
One of the highways.
Okay. I'll check it out.
Okay.
Gotta
Probably after this.
hit some bushes.
Okay.
Yeah, I think somebody in the
You gotta
somebody in
hit
the
some
Discord,
bushes.
tell us
Okay.
about that because I
Done.
completely
Say
missed
less.
it.
So whenever you end up on a highway, just think Emily saying, "Hit some bushes."
Some
Okay.
bushes.
I'll just like replay that in my mind.
Then you'll know. You'll just
And you'll know.
There
then
we
you'll
go.
know.
Yep.
Anyway, we
Yeah.
obviously cannot stop gushing about this remake.
This could go on
Intro.
forever.
Yeah, we have to
It really
cut
could.
ourselves off. We're
Yeah.
we're dangerous if left
We
to
are
our own
very dangerous,
devices.
all in a room
So-
together.
We'll go off
Yeah.
on
So-
a road trail and not come back. So
That's right.
yep.
That's right. So thank you everybody for joining us as we
Yes.
just spent some time freestyle gushing about trails.
That was
Hope you
fun.
enjoyed this episode. Definitely stick around, listen to some more, watch some more episodes. Thanks as always to our members for being awesome and supporting us. We couldn't do it without you. And thank you again, Mags, for joining us. Can you
Yeah.
tell us, is there anything you want to share where people can find you or whatever?
Yeah, just
Sure.
remind everyone where to find you.
Of course. Well, first of all, thank you all so much for having me. It's been a pleasure to talk about trails. So much fun. If y'all want to find me, I am Avenger Mags on Twitter/X and Bluesky. And then I also write for Nintendo Force Magazine, and I'm a co-host on the Level Up Legacy podcast. So that's where you can see more of me if you'd like.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
go
check it out.
Go check out their web. If you like our
Yes.
podcast, you're
Yes,
their
you're
podcast.
gonna love that.
JRPGs. Max
It's got
loves trails,
great
so
people
she always
talking
brings up
about-
trails. It's great.
Exactly. So
Always
go give
trails.
it
You can count on it.
go subscribe to their channel, check out their videos, check out the podcast. Do it for us.
Do it.
Do it for everybody.
Guys, that's so nice
Do
of
it.
y'all.
Just do it.
And hopefully we'll talk more about trails in our after show if you are a pursuer
Yes.
level or higher.
Yeah.
Yep.
Stick around for that.
Pursuer is the highest.
That might get a little weird.
There's a secret higher level that we're only telling a few people about.
Yeah. Let's just say
All right.
Things
Branden
might get
bears
weird,
it all.
but we'll talk more about trails over there. So bye for now.
Bye, everybody.
Take care, everyone.
Till next week.